And here we are. This is our final match to determine the number 5 seed in the Roth-Marshall Holman PBA Doubles Championship. This is the bowling guy here at the World Series of Bowling. And Jason Belmonte going to start the match up on the left lane. And can't start much better than that. Solid strike. Off to a much better start than our last match. We saw Belmonte and Weber struggle for the first 3 frames. And then Pete Weber converts a 2-8-10 split there in the third. And then they didn't really miss the rest of the game. Now Dan Maclelland from Canada stepping up here in the first. Makes a great shot, rings a 10. McClelland's been bowling well lately. Finished fourth at the USBC Masters. Then made the top 24 at the US Open. So he's been having quite a bit of success of late. And another show here would be nice for Dan at the World Series of Bowling. So whoever wins this match will qualify in the number 5 seed for Sunday's telecast of the Roth-Marshall Holman PBA Doubles Championship. And here is Ryan Ciminelli. Had the best World Series of all the lefties out on the PBA Tour. And he starts off with a strike, so spare strike start for he and Maclelland. Now Pete Weber. Saw him get off to a rough start in our last match and then figured out this right lane and struck on his last 3 shots. A little bit of a look at where he's playing. Standing on about 30 with his left foot. Takes the shuffle step and crossing about the 4th arrow. And he carries the 2-pin forward. These guys are carrying everything now. Saw Belmonte trip out the 4-9 to shut out the last match, and ever since those first 3 frames, everything going right for Weber and Belmonte. That's not a hit you see Pete carrying a lot of. It's more a hit you might see Belmo carry, but they'll take it. Belmo looking for a turkey now in the third. No doubt about that one. So early lead here for Belmonte and Weber. 20 pins. But McClelland can cut it to 10 here with a strike in the third. Oh, he trips that 4 out. That'll make up for that ring 10. Now Ciminelli can even the matchup with a strike here in the 4th. Ciminelli picked Maclelland, he said, just purely out of chemistry. They're good friends and like to show their emotions on the lanes. And Ciminelli with the flat 7. You don't see him leave too many of those, but we did see him leave a few of them on his appearance at the World Championship telecast. That one almost got the messenger back across the deck, but not quite. And no trouble on the spare. So 69 through the third for Ciminelli and Maclelland. They trail by 11. Weber can extend it to 21 here with the strike in the 4th. Coming off that shot where he rolled the 2-pin forward, so See if he can make a little bit of a better shot here. Parlay that break into a four-bagger. Yeah, that was much better there. No doubt about that one. So now 21-pin lead for Weber and Belmonte, and they can extend to 31 if Belmonte can strike again here in the fifth. Yeah, he's got it. Looks like he's made a little bit of a move left after that 10th frame where he went high on a couple of shots, and he's staying ahead of the transition. That's what you have to do out here on tour. You can't miss a move. And when you do, it always helps when the match is decided, like we saw last game. Good shot there from Maclelland. Trying to keep him and Ciminelli in the match. Weber and Belmonte off to a quick five-bagger to start. But Ciminelli and Maclelland still have a possible 269, so if they can keep striking, they'll stay right in the match. And Ciminelli gets the 7-pin this time. Good shot there. And back to a 21-pin lead. Weber on the front five. He can extend it to 31 pins here in the sixth. Made a good adjustment here on this lane the last time up after a little bit of a suspect hit that ended up carrying anyway. And that was nothing suspect about that. How about dead flush? Front six for Weber and Belmonte. They're halfway there to a perfect 300 game, which we saw Belmonte do in the PBA World Championship. And there's another strike, so front seven. We've seen Belmonte shoot 300 in doubles just last season during the Summer Series events with Ryan Schaefer. So he's looking to be the first player in PBA history to have two doubles 300s. And he shot one for himself here at the World Series of Bowling in the World Championship. Now Maclelland, these guys now must strike to keep pace. And he does. Trims the lead back down to 31 pins. And Ciminelli can cut it to 21 with another strike here on the left lane. Really need a strike here to keep the pressure on Belmonte and Weber. Yeah, that was a no-doubter. So still a possible 269 for Ciminelli and Maclelland. This match is far from over, even though Belmonte and Weber have the front seven. One misstep, and Ciminelli and Maclelland can steal this match away, qualify for that fifth spot in the Sunday finals, the Mark Roth-Marshall Holman Doubles Championship. Weber, 8th frame on the front seven. Oh, can't get the 10 to drop. Good run there for Weber and Belmonte. Now their max score is possible 279. That means Ciminelli and Maclelland are just 10 pins back. No trouble on the spare for Weber. So Belmonte getting up here in the 9th frame. If he can strike, he and Weber will have their destiny in their own hands in the 10th. No matter what Ciminelli and Maclelland do, they'll be able to get up in the 10th and win the match. But if Belmo happens to miss here, Maclelland and Ciminelli can strike out and take this match away. So big shot here for Belmo, 9th frame. And he gets it, so he'll sit down, and Pete Weber will know no matter what happens, he'll be able to get up in the 10th and win the game. But now Ciminelli and Maclelland will need to perform here in the 9th and 10th in order to keep their hopes of winning this doubles championship alive. Huge shot here for Maclelland, 9th frame. If he doesn't strike here, they won't be able to advance. That shot drifts high. Maclelland knows it. He was trying to jam it in there on that lane this whole game. And that one finally caught up with him a little bit. Ball jumps high, and it's going to be awful tough for them to win now. No spare there for Maclelland. He can still shoot 246. That would force Weber to spare in the 10th to win the match. But Ciminelli would need all 3 strikes in the 10th to force him just to do that. So if he doesn't strike here, this match is history. And that'll do it. Greek Church. Wasn't expecting that one. Looks like they both got the transition right there in the 9th and 10th frames. Right when you don't want it, when you need strikes. Lane started hooking on him a little bit. And that's going to do it. Ciminelli gets 3. That gives he and Maclelland 219. And Belmonte and Weber already have more than that. So Jason Belmonte and Pete Weber, they will advance to be the 5th seeds, the opening match of the Roth-Marshall Holman PBA Doubles Championship. Congratulations to them. Another World Series of Bowling telecast for Jason Belmonte. He's got 2 more coming up even after this. And another telecast for Pete Weber. Both of these guys alive for PBA Player of the Year. In my estimation, Belmo's the front runner, and Pete with an outside chance to catch him. A lot will depend on what happens at the PBA Tournament of Champions and the Dick Weber playoffs coming up here over the next couple of weeks on Extra Frame and then on ESPN. There's Belmonte speaking with Chris Schlemmer from Storm. Weber gets a test shot there and a nice round of applause. So Jason Belmonte and Pete Weber will move on to the telecast. There's the final score, 245 to 219. They'll move on and go for more titles here from the PBA World Series of Bowling. Thanks for watching here on Extra Frame. Be sure to tune in Sunday, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, to watch the finals of the Mark Roth-Marshall Holman PBA Doubles Championship on ESPN.